Alright everyone, welcome back to another Blender live stream. And I think my fan is getting picked up by my microphone, so let me just fix that real quick. Hold on. Oh my god. Oops. Sorry for that. Loud noises are coming in this morning, I guess. Anyway, welcome guys. Good morning. Welcome to another Blender live stream. My name is Morgan Ozpin, and today we're going to be continuing with the wrestling animation that I made like last week. I know that I should have just and I was sort of planning to have this be my last stream wherein I make that witch character I did like a few months ago, but then I figured that I might as well just do it offline instead, and I've already done the recording of that offline, so technically that witch character is already finished. In fact, it's already like a short in my channel now, so expect a freaking a time lapse of it pretty soon, because dang, that really took a long time for me to make that character. So for the rest of this week, I'm just going to be doing I'm just going to be focused on making this animation here, and yeah, I guess that's gonna be it for this week. So let's just jump into it. Anyway, hey guys, long time no see. I know I haven't really been streaming that much because I've been focused on studying for my prelims for the longest time here. But you know, what can you do? It's college. Yeah, I need to really really lock in when it comes to these subjects and stuff. By the way, is my BGM playing? Let me check. Yep, it's playing. Good. Oh my god, there's some notifications on my computer right now. Need to fix that. Alright. So yeah, I haven't really been streaming that much because college has been up my ass for the longest time here. But I haven't really been doing that much other than just studying for my exams and pretty much carving some teeth, because of course I'm studying to become a dentist, and carving teeth is just one of the things that I do to help me get familiarized with the anatomy of the teeth. Even though up to now I still don't know if studying the anatomy of the teeth is as relevant as one might think would be when you're studying as a dentist. Because my mom is a dentist, but I don't really see her talking about the grooves or the ridges that makes up the entire morphology of our dentition. So yeah, I don't really know if I don't really know if oral anatomy is considered a very I mean yeah, it is an important subject to learn about if you're becoming a dentist, but I don't know if learning the names of each groove of your teeth is like necessary and shit. Because I've been to a dental clinic, and I don't really see people talking about things like the the lingual fossa of the maxillary central incisor or something, or the incisal ridges of our incisors, and things like that. This may really just go over your head, guys, if you're not into the field of dentistry. But these are like the things we have to learn in dental school. And I just gone use those sorts of terminologies while studying in the college that I'm studying at. Yeah, I don't really see that much dentists nor professors talk much about it, or at least as much as I would want them to talk about it. You know, it's kind of like it's kind of like thinking about the Roman Empire. You know, like we pretty much meme a lot about how men are always thinking about the Roman Empire and shit, but we don't really. We actually don't. We don't really talk. We don't really think about the Roman Empire when we are going about our day-to-day lives. No, unless you're a history buff, you're not going to be thinking about very obscure shit like that. I think it goes for oral anatomy. I'd say there's really no. It's only going to occur in your head if in the most specific of situations, which doesn't really come that often. Like maybe it will only happen if, say, there's like a how to say this, like a missing part of your teeth due to attrition or abrasion, but things like that doesn't really happen. At least based on my experience, it doesn't really happen that much in my college or in the clinics that I visit. Anyway, might as well start talking about dentistry because I think it's alienating all of you guys from hopping into this sort of discussion. Oh, this is the wrong color. Break. So anyway, I've been working on this animation for the better part of this year, for the majority of this year, I mean, and I'm not even halfway done with it, unfortunately. But that's okay with me because I'm now expecting this to be a very long-term project. You know, just like any other animation out there in the works right now. I mean, you don't really see Glitch Productions releasing like murder drones for, you know, week by week. They pretty much try to release those episodes in the most inconvenient of times because you know, animation takes a lot of work. Speaking of which, did I show you guys what I've made so far? Let me just exit out of this first. So if you guys were here on my last stream, you would have known that this is pretty much okay, something here doesn't look right. If you were here on my last stream, you would have known that I was last making the frames for each animation here for this scene, but All of it's already pretty much finished. If I just get rid of the background here, I pretty much finished everything. So you can see. I don't know if you guys can see it, but what's happening here is this dude is about to run towards this character for a charge, but then this guy, wait. But then this guy like goes for the what's it called? The dodge here. Hold on, I think I'm doing something wrong. Okay, this is not how it's supposed to go. Wait. No, it's not. Frick. Ah, shit, I messed up the... Oh my god, wait, hold on. Frick, I think I messed up the alignment of this of this entire animation. As you can see, sort of clipping. Oh wait, it's not doing it anymore, wait. Oh, there we go. Let's see. Okay. So if you guys didn't notice the error, this guy was going for the charge, but then all of a sudden his entire body just disappears. But I guess that's not... Oh wait, no, it's happening again. Frick, I need to fix that ASAP. Okay, wait. Okay. Alt-Shift-Z. Okay. I just gotta make sure that all of this is just correctly positioned. All right. Okay, something like that. G Y G X. Oh my god. Okay, we need to bring this guy all the way up. Like, the thing I hate about grease pencils is that grease pencils that still sort of functions as a 2D object, so you can't just. So it's kind of gets you all confused when you start using this 2D object in a 3D environment. Okay, let's see how this looks. Hmm. Okay, let me just hide this. I mean, I don't really need to have it match the original. I might be wondering why, Morgan, why not just use this other grease pencil object here? Well, actually, wait. Where's the other grease pencil? Oh, there it is. Yeah, the reason why I'm not using this other grease pencil object here is because it's too near the camera, and that would not make it look great if I start zooming this camera in and out. And so I'm using this duplicate here because this one is pretty much nearer to the place where I want this guy to be, which makes it so that if I were to zoom this camera a bit further in, it would not really like jank the entire scene. So that's why I'm putting it here. Okay. Okay, let me just do this. As long as I don't move it along the z-axis, this should pretty much... It will not cause this grease pencil to clip into the ring. Just what I want. I don't want. Oh. Oh my god. You see, when it starts interacting with 3D objects, it's when you start to get a little bit confused on what you should do. Okay. Edit mode. Alright, there we go. Oh, that's perfect. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I can work with this. Okay. Next is this frame here. Oh, what the? There we go. All right. Almost there. All right, just make sure all this matches. Nice. All right, two more. Oh my god. I wasn't expecting this to be a coloring stream, but now it evolved into what this is. Right. Go. And this one. Oh my god, AGX. There we go. There, perfect. Alright, now if we were to play this scene one more time, this should not cause any clipping issues. Okay, one more time. Yep, no clipping issues whatsoever. Alright, let's go back to here. Alright, there's some fill mode. Let's draw this, shall we? Apologize for that detour, guys. But I mean, that's really part of the animation process, just fixing some of these errors. Anyway, while I was gone, I was making a bunch of drawings for myself. You know, just to practice on my whole drawing skills in Krita. And I think I made like a little bit of a Metroid drawing for myself. And I pretty much already posted this on Newgrounds, the Metroid fan art I made. And I thought, wow, I can make a 3D model out of this, and maybe make a time lapse of it in my channel once I make the 3D model of it. Oh, wait, it's the wrong color once again. Fuck. There we go. Anyway. Let's go ahead, paint the heck out of this. Frick, there we go. Oof. Oh my god. Oops. Definitely crossed over the line there. Let me just fix that in a little bit. Like this. Okay. Right. Alright, before I continue, I want to know if what's the variation of this looks this is really weird. Look, seeing this for the first time. Now the question here is, will this jank everything up if I were to zoom it in? Not that much. Nope, not at all. Okay, because if I were to use the this one right here, you can sort of see that it's starting to, how do I say this? Like it's getting too big for me. And it sort of messes with the perspective of the entire performance here happening in this ring. So that's why I'm putting the grease pencil object right on top of the ring instead of near the camera. Now I might be all like, oh, just don't move the camera if you want to keep everything in proportion. Well, yeah, that could work, but it would result in a very static scene for me. Like, I think it would work better if the camera is moving a little bit. Anyway, in wrestling, like, cameramen always move the cameras a little bit. Because those cameras are definitely not being held by camera stands at all. They gotta be carried by a cameraman to, to catch all the action happening on screen. Right, there we go. I think it would work best if I just get rid of that. Let's get rid of all the noise. Oof. By the way, guys, I think I've already mentioned this on my last stream, but in case I didn't, just want to announce that the medical students album is technically finished. Because what's that? I've made like pretty much 15 songs throughout the course of this year. And I think I've pretty much made all the songs I need for this album. I mean, if I made any more, I think it would maybe drag the runtime of the entire album. So I think I'm going to release the album soon. Even though I was sort of planning for this to be an end of year thing. I feel like I should maybe release my albums in the future in a way that doesn't feel like a yearly thing. Like, I don't think I should make myself. I should make my albums be a compilation of all the things I made in one year. Like, because the thing about medical students, the album that I'm going to release, is that it's more of a thematic album than just a collection of stuff I did for the better part of this year. I mean, sure, it is technically a bunch of songs I made this year, but it's unlike the Pocket Orchestra album, this is more so a very. This is pretty much an album with a theme behind it and a story that goes along with each song. So adding any more would maybe either make the message more confusing or make the message of the album more redundant. So I think I'm going to leave the song count for this album to be around 15 songs. And you might be wondering, oh, there's a message behind your album? Do I need to know a lot about the lore? Well, not really. Because this is pretty much just a collection of DAW music I made, so there's really no lyrics to it. Like, I guess just to, as a minor spoiler, I think the title of each song will pretty much just give away what the entire album is all about. and the songs just pretty much give the mood to each of these titles that I gave for each song. So yeah, it's going to be what medical students going to be all about. Ooh boy. Alright, time check. It's 8 o'clock on my time zone. You know, the craziest thing happened to me. Well, not really the craziest, but the most annoying thing happened to me yesterday. As I woke up yesterday with the warning that there's going to be a typhoon happening in my vicinity, and I was like, "Oh, a typhoon? Maybe I should go check the freaking news to see if this is going to result in some class suspension in my college." So I went to the freaking Twitter because I find Twitter to be a good like, unironically, like a good resource for me to figure out whether there's class suspensions or not via the hashtag walang pasok, which means in Filipino, in English, it means no school, and the hashtag, the people in the hashtag just told me, yeah, there's technically class suspensions, but the suspensions are only applied to those up until grade 12, aka high school students. And as a college student, I'm like, all right, that technically means that I still have classes today. So I went to school expecting for my teacher to be there. I mean, I wasn't really that annoyed that there's going to be classes because this is pretty much a subject that I pretty much ace at, so I don't have anything to worry about. So I went to school, and when I arrived, there was no one in the classroom, and I looked around, thinking, hey, where the hell is everyone? And I looked at the clock, and it was still like 12:30, and the class that I'm attending starts at 1 o'clock. And I was like, okay, maybe they're just late for the party. So I pretty much just stayed there for like 30 minutes, waiting for the clock to reach 1. And by the time 1 o'clock came around, I looked to my left and my right, and no one is still. Well, I mean, like, technically there's like a few people in my classroom, but they're pretty much just strangers, like people who would just occupy empty classrooms just to feel the aircon inside, because not all rooms in my college is air conditioned. And it's pretty much hot in this country, so what students would do is just go to random vacant classrooms, open the aircon, and just lounge around, hoping that not a teacher comes by and makes them get suspicious about them hanging around and shit. So yeah, I'm pretty much staying in the classroom with no one but a bunch of strangers with me. And I was like, where the fuck is everyone? Where the hell is everyone? And I tried to like ask. I tried to text my teacher about where the frick everyone is. But the problem is that this teacher really responds late to my messages, which I mean, I guess that's fair. I mean, teachers are technically doing a lot of things all at once, so I didn't really mind it, but it's like, but I really wanted to know if this teacher is going to have classes this morning, this morning. So I waited and waited, and I know that there's this rule in my school wherein if the teacher doesn't arrive 1 hour after the supposed start of class, you can just pretty much leave. That I think is the unspoken rule in college, but not really a rule that is official, like something that's written in a handbook or something. So even though I stood there for like 5, not 5, like an hour and 30 minutes, I just stayed at the classroom thinking that my teacher might probably just be late and shit, and and so I just waited and waited until eventually I've wasted like 2 hours of my time in the classroom. And when the teacher finally came back at me, she said, "Oh, you're there in the classroom." By the way, she apologized first, but then she's like, "You're there in the classroom? What are you talking about? Like, attendance happened earlier this morning." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Like, so she gave me like she told me that the attendance happened at around 7 o'clock in the morning, I think, which pretty much doesn't make sense to me because according to my schedule, this class is supposed to start at freaking 1 o'clock in the afternoon. But this teacher's like, "Oh no, you're actually late to the class because attendance started this morning." Like, what are you talking about? Like, classes according to my schedule, ma'am. The classes is supposed to start at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and you're telling me that I should have arrived. What's it called? How do I count this? 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6 hours ago. I should have arrived like 6 hours ago for this class. What are you talking about? Are you in the right time dimension as me? Because according to my watch, we're supposed to be starting classes at 1 o'clock, which is supposed to be where attendance is supposed to happen. And I talked it out with ma'am, and it turns out the reason why attendance started earlier than usual is because well, just to explain my stance here, I'm an irregular student, meaning that I'm not really a part of a section in the class. And I think what happened was that a regular student was doing the attendance during a class that I'm not even a part of. And when she pretty much did the attendance, she was like, "Okay, let's just send this to ma'am and we'll be on our way, I guess." And I guess they have like a GC somewhere, a group chat somewhere that tells them, "Hey, there's not going to be no class today, but the attendance is going to happen here instead." And well, all pretty much do is just send this to ma'am and we'll be on our way. But the problem is that I'm not a part of their group chat, so I never really found this obscure event wherein I was supposed to be a part of. So what happens is that instead I'm just now technically absent, even though I'm pretty much the only person who was in the classroom at that time, waiting for a professor to come in, while all the others are just, I don't know, in the middle of nowhere, I guess, lounging around at their homes and waiting for, and just, you know, taking a free vacation. God, that's so infuriating. The fact that I could have used that time to, you know, to do a live stream, but but instead I'm just stuck there at school waiting for a class that never really happened. By the way, that was my only class at that time, so I pretty much went to school for nothing. And I, you know, spent a bunch of my energy, you know, dressing up to my uniform, going to the train, riding there for 30 minutes or something. And then when the announcement came in, I was like, oh fuck, I now have to go back. It's an infuriating part of college life, I guess. I guess more so a infuriating part about being a regular student, because you never really know where the announcements are coming from. It could be coming from a public channel, like a Facebook group, or a very obscure medium, like, I don't know, like a message, like a messenger, like a message from Messenger or something. By the way, I find it very unprofessional for teachers to send announcements to the classmates via private messaging apps when there's already like a pretty functioning a pretty functional website that you can go to, called the official student website, the official university website, where you can, you know, just send your your announcements there, you know, and you know, you can, it's pretty much, the website is pretty much separated into your sections slash subjects that you're attending, so you can just, so the teachers can just pretty much send a message to specific students saying that, hey, things are not going to, the classes are not going to happen today and stuff. They can just send it there instead of just sending it through Messenger. That's like the most unprofessional way of dealing with that sort of predicament. Oh wait, am I? Fuck, I just did one frame. God damn it. Anyway. You see, that's why I haven't really been finishing this animation for the longest time. It's quite some work getting this to get finished. Alright, almost there. Oof. Alright, let's just the fingers here. go. Alright, that's one frame down. Oh my god. Once we get to painting the cowboy, I think it'll be less colors for me to color. Because that guy's palette is pretty much just black and orange. But since we're painting this wrestler, it's gonna probably take a long time. Oh my god. By the way, guys, I forgot to mention there was this one interaction I had in the subway. Not really a subway, but I had this one awkward interaction with a stranger I met while at the train yesterday. So if you don't know, I sometimes catch a train to commute to school. I don't know if that's a new thing for you guys to know about, but yeah, I do ride a train to school. And when I was commuting towards this train, I was waiting in the station for the train. You know, just waiting for the train to come by. When all of a sudden I run across this weird fellow on the station. Keep in mind that if you want to enter the station, you need to have like a special card with you. A card with you that lets you pass by. And also, you know, in order to get to the station, you also need to there's like a bunch of guards inspecting you 24/7 in the station. So in order to get into the station, a guard needs to, you know, needs to check you from top to bottom in order to get into the station. So I went into the station without any problem, you know. The guard just sort of looked into my medical supplies, asked me, "Yo, why are you carrying a carver?" And I say, "That's because I'm a dental student." And she's like, "All right." So I just went into the station without any problem. But as soon as I got into the platform, there was this very sussy fellow with me on the station. And this fellow had like the most crazy look in his eyes, you know. Like when I see this guy in the eyes, I'm like, okay, this guy isn't doing all right. Not to mention that, you know, he's wearing very rugged clothes. Like, this guy doesn't seem to be the most hygienic person in the area. And you know, I feel like this guy would pretty much fit into like a Smash Brothers forum or something. But yeah, this guy is like has the most improper of hygiene. He has the most crazed look in his eyes, and this guy was like doing some weird hand signals to himself, like as if he's like talking to someone, and the way he is talking to someone is by doing these hand gestures. And if I listen closely, this guy was sort of like whispering to himself. So I'm like, okay, this guy's acting weird. Is anyone catching this? I looked to the guards in the platform, and they don't seem to be like minding this person at all. They're just thinking, oh, this is just a normal day. And I'm like, a normal day? What are you talking about? This guy is this guy for the most, for the, you know, at least for this guy should at least know, and like having some stroke or something. If not, this guy must be like criminally insane or something. You know, either this guy needs to go to a hospital or a you know, or a prison. I don't know. It's like this guy is not really doing that well. But the guards just pretty much ignored him. And you know, I thought maybe, you know, this guy is like pretty much in a trance. Maybe he's not really aware of what's happening around him. But then the train came in, and the doors opened. The doors opened for me, and I was about to come in when all of a sudden this guy just started running towards the, oh, that's the wrong color. He just started running towards the the train's doors before I even got in, and you know, he went past me all of a sudden, and then I was like, what the fuck was this? this guy was like running like a zombie from that movie Train to Busan. So this guy went into the train doors, and I thought that he was just going to stay at the train station, but no, he for some reason this guy suddenly woke up conscious and decided to get into this train with me. So so I started riding this train, and while I was riding this train, I was accompanied by this guy. It's a good thing I was just like a few meters away from him, which is lucky for me because it's like a very crowded train that I'm at. So if I was there at the wrong place, I would have been like near this person, near this crazed person. So I ride this train. This guy was again doing his hand gestures to some entity, I guess. And when we finally arrived at one station, he finally decided to get off of it. I was like, phew, that's like, I guess the end of him on my part. But then before he left, he just gave me the most before he left, he sort of looked at me while he was leaving, and when he was looking at me, he looked like he was like about to he saw like some sort of anomaly or something, like this guy looked like he was staring at a stranger. I mean, technically, I'm technically a stranger to him, but but by the way he looks at me, he looked like he was staring at like a monster or something. So it's like, so I had like the most shocked of expressions, and I was a bit weirded at that. But as soon as the train doors closed, I was like, oh, thank God, this this guy is gone. um, anyway, that guy was the weirdest encounter I had in train. Um, I don't know what he saw in me that made him look at me that way, but that's the way he is, I guess. It's I never expected that that sort of encounter to happen in a well-guarded station or a well-guarded train line. But yeah, I guess that happened. You never know what you can meet in the crowded parts of Metro Manila. Whew, okay. Alright, let's just try to finish this. Alright guys, if you guys don't notice, I've already updated towards 4.2 of Blender. And the most defining feature of 4.2 for me is the fact that there's a new Eevee engine that I now have to work with. And I gotta say though, I think I prefer the old version of Eevee. And the reason why is because as a toon shader guy, I kind of prefer the simplicity of Eevee, and the fact that it didn't really it didn't really require you to worry about ray tracing and shit, because you know you're working with non-photorealistic renders, so lighting isn't really that much of an issue for me. But now that Eevee Next is here, Eevee is now doing a lot of these light calculations that I don't really need. And this sort of results in Eevee looking more static than usual, which I don't know if I like, because it's now starting to feel more like cycles for me, which is not what I want Eevee to be. I want it to be like a real-time render engine, and if I were to just like move my view and static starts showing up, I would be like, what the fuck? I want my scene to be clear as day, and having that be an issue is like, it's like bonkers for me. So I would prefer for Blender to maybe like keep an old version of Eevee at their disposal just in case, because I don't I feel like with Eevee Next it's more so prioritizing users that want to make more realistic renders, which is not what I'm doing right now. I want my scene to be more more cartoonish. So I'll prefer there to be like an option in Blender to keep the old version of Eevee. I mean, that's just my opinion. I still haven't really explored that much of new Eevee. But hopefully I can maybe adjust it to a point that it feels more like old Eevee. Because here's the thing, the one thing I liked about old Eevee is the bloom effect. Which just you know makes some parts of your scene more illuminated than the rest. But now that that's gone, I now just the only way for me to make that bloom effect now is to use the compositor. And the compositor isn't really like the fastest way for me to render scenes. Like it's much faster if it's just coming from straight from the render engine. But now that the render engine doesn't support that feature here, like it's now slower than it's now actually slower for me to render than what's advertised in the official Blender YouTube channel. And what do you guys think? Should we should there be an option for there to be an old? Should there be an option for users to switch to the old version of Eevee? Or is there already a switch that I'm not really aware of? That I can do right now on the settings right here. Nice ray tracing us off here. Okay, hold on. Let me see what happens if I. So nothing about this seems. Now that I'm looking at it, the Eevee engine right now doesn't look that different compared to old Eevee, aside from maybe a little bit of a static every time I zoom in and out. And I guess it gets annoying for me every time I do this. Anyway, let's just keep drawing. At least grease pencil still works fine. Doesn't really do any of that jittery effect. Alright, time checked. 8:40. Whew. Wait, guys, remember when I told you guys that I was that my mom is planning for me to upgrade my PC once again? And I told her no, I don't need a PC upgrade right now. Well, the that subject came back to me again this yesterday when my mom suddenly asked me, "Hey, do you still have that list of things you want to buy at the PC store?" And I was like, "No, why?" And she said, "Oh, that's because I want to save up some money for you to buy this PC for buy you a new PC." And I'm like, "Mom, I don't need a PC right now." Even though I want to, but no, I don't need a PC right now because shoot, because right now I feel like the laptop I'm using right now is doing pretty fine. There was this one time when it did malfunction for me for a little bit, but after I sent it to the repair shop and had the fans cleaned up, like I don't really have any more problems with this PC anymore. So I'm still thinking of keeping this laptop with me for, I don't know, like two or three more years, because I still have a lot of storage in this thing, in this puppy. And if ever there's an error, I can just send it to a repair shop and have it cleaned up for a very cheap price. You know, like, this PC is still running smoothly for me. Like, people would always say, hey, you should just have the best GPU, the best CPU, and shit like that, but you really grow up when you start to realize that you don't really need the highest spec of computers to run to run most daily tasks in your computer. I mean, I guess if you're a 3D renderer like me, you would want a better PC, but even I think that even I think that having a like a 3090 would be a little bit of overload for people, because at least for my part, it would be an overload for me because I'm not really doing any realistic graphics in my computer. That's why I'm sort of like, I just came to terms with my 2060, and just let it run, let it be my partner for for the next couple of years. Whew. Okay. Let me try to paint this idle animation first. Oh, yes, okay, should paint the entirety of this part first. Almost there. Like, wrong color. I might be using the right color for this. Okay. Oh my god. I could just imagine what the animators in Chainsaw Man must be doing right now. Drawing all those frames of Denji and stuff, fighting a bunch of monsters. Okay. Got that. You know, after doing a lot of animations for the past 2 years, I came to realize like the hardest part of every animation is finishing it and coming into terms with the fact that you're pretty much have your animation completed. Because, you know, if you think about it, you've dedicated your life, I mean like a majority of your time, working on an animation that you've pretty much been working on, and now that's gone, it feels like a hole has been created in your life when you just don't know what to do next. And when you're confronted with that hole, you start to realize that you don't have anything left to do but move on and start something fresh. And when you're confronted with that, you start to realize that you don't really have that much ideas left in your little noggin of yours. And it really makes you wonder, dang, will I ever come to a point when I would run out of ideas for what I should create? And when you're confronted with that question, you kind of get a little bit scared sometimes. Like, will I ever run out of ideas? And if I ever run out of ideas, will I still have the the capacity to create more things? That's something I always question about myself whenever I'm at the brink of finishing something in this channel of mine. But I always have this hope that, you know, as the years go by, there would always be new inspirations for me to look forward towards, because if you guys don't remember, I did this little cartoon about Donkey Kong punching an NFT to the stratosphere. And when I was reflecting on that animation, it made me think, dang, I wouldn't have really made this animation if I wouldn't have made this animation in the year that I started this channel, which was 2016. Because, you know, NFTs didn't exist at that time. Therefore, there was nothing for me to mock in an animation like that if the concept didn't exist. So, you know, it's a good thing that that we're always finding new ways. There's always something new in the horizon to talk about in this channel. Really new stuff indeed. Now, does that mean I would be that for the rest of this channel's lifetime I would just be chasing the newest trend in when it comes to making videos here in this channel? I don't think so. I actually despise it when I'm sort of forced to talk about things that people already know about. But if I have something unique to say about it, I'll probably make a video about it. Like, people talking about NFTs, that's not my thing, but animating Donkey Kong punching an NFT, that's entertaining as hell. That's you know, I like my shit posts, and that Donkey Kong animation was really just a highlight of my time in this channel. Alright, let me just boop, 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 boop. There we go. Oh my god. Okay. But guys, I hope you enjoy the music happening in the background. Are there plans for what my next album would be all about? But before I make that, I want to use a new VST for that album, because I've heard talks of this popular VST called the BBC Orchestra VST. That can that's pretty much just the VST that I use for all of my orchestral sounds, but much better, they'd say. So I figured of maybe using that VST at some point for my animation for my upcoming music album, because I'm switching back to a more orchestral sounding soundtrack for this upcoming album. Oof. Oh fuck. Oh, okay. There we go. All right. Whew. Alright, can I just do a water break here? I think the BGM is a bit too low, so I think I'll just crank it up. Oh my god, it's this song. Yeah, I made a comment about the song being sorta sounding the same as Pachelbel's Canon in D, which was unintentional, by the way. I just sort of like strung a bunch of notes together in the D chord, and for some reason I was able to to sequence the same exact notes that Pachelbel wrote for his piece Canon in D, which is surprising for me. Oh hi, I'm not gonna pronounce your. I don't think I can pronounce your name. So hits Supreme. Yeah. Hello. Enjoy the sounds happening on your ears, because I don't think I can really comment that much right now since I'm working. The songs you're hearing is made by me, by the way. It's it's made using a program called LMMS. So there's really no need for me to worry about copyright claims if it's coming from me. Anyway. Dang, this part really sounds like canon indeed. Oh, I kind of like this song. It's gonna happen right now. I mean, it's like one of the only songs I made that really made use of the choir. The choir VST I got. Just realized that my live stream has like this latency. So while I am hearing the song via the live stream, it's coming at me at a later time. There we go. Dang, I only made 3 frames right now. Whew. Okay. Oh, frick. I really like this song. The song is called Farm Below the City, and I just pretty much like it for its starter town vibes. here. I think this next song here is called Morgan Ozpin. I know, right? I pretty much named this song after myself, which pretty narcissistic of me to do, but looking back, I don't think this song really represents me anymore. Because it's just a very quick 1 minute song. It doesn't really have anything special to it. Oh my god, look at that wrist snap. Oh my god. I don't know if the mic picked it up, but while I was cracking my wrists, it resulted in this snap that was so satisfying to hear. I guess I just had to stretch there for a bit. Might have to end the stream in a little bit, guys, because I'm supposed to pick up my sister from school. But let me just finish this idle animation, then we can end the stream. Oh, it's this funny little song I made. Fuck. Don't know why, but this song always makes me laugh for some reason. It just feels like a very derpy song in my opinion. Whip! 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 Oh my god. So for this song, I think I made a better version of it via a medley I just made a few months ago. Yeah, I feel like the song that you're hearing right now, guys, isn't really fun to hear. This was I think like the first DAW music I've made. That's why it doesn't really feel like a fun song. I hate that last part. This last part of the song is just a cacophony of noises, in my opinion. this? Alright, I think that's gonna be it for today, guys. Apologize for the early end to the stream. We've accomplished very little, but the thing that I need to do right now is pick up my sister from school. So I need to do that right now. So anyway, this is how it looks like so far. Let me just get rid of the cowboy here. In case you guys don't know what the cowboy looks like, so he's pretty much just gonna do a kickflip here. Look at that. I'm so proud of this animation right here, because it really looks like a professional dodging a spear from someone. Anyway, I think it's gonna be it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next live stream. Now go read a book.